I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all. Clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it.
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof.
Stephen A. Smith recently confronted Floyd Mayweather about false claims of purchasing 60 buildings, valued at $40 million. Reports have refuted Floyd's ownership. Stating that he only holds minor shares and not full ownership, Smith questioned if Mayweather had inflated his assets to protect his image amidst bankruptcy rumors and a potential $40 million scam.
My lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Stephen A. Smith has consistently praised Floyd Mayweather for his boxing legacy, particularly his achievement of remaining undisputed in the latter part of his career. Smith has frequently acknowledged Floyd's discipline, exceptional defense, and undefeated record as key indicators of his greatness in the ring. To Smith, Floyd was a masterful tactician and strategist, one who fought not just to win, but to avoid losing traits that earned him widespread respect from fans and analysts alike.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
However, Smith's praise began to fade when Mayweather entered the exhibition match phase of his career. After retiring, Mayweather returned to the ring not to enhance his legacy, but seemingly for financial reasons. His fight with Logan Paul is a prime example, with Smith openly criticizing it for lacking competitive value. Logan Paul, a YouTuber turned amateur boxer, was no real challenge for Mayweather, and for someone who had once dominated the sport, taking such a fight seemed more like a money grab than a display of greatness.
If not the greatest boxer in history, he's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know, but I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
Stephen A. Smith did not stop at criticizing the Logan Paul fight. In multiple interviews, he expressed discomfort with Mayweather's focus on exhibition matches. While he understood why fighting Conor McGregor made sense due to McGregor's combat sports background, Smith drew a hard line when Mayweather started selecting opponents who did not meet his level of skill simply to secure easy paydays. According to Smith, Mayweather appeared more interested in amassing wealth than protecting his legacy, signaling that money had overtaken meaning.
I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
Stephen A. Smith did not stop at criticizing the Logan Paul fight. In multiple interviews, he expressed discomfort with Mayweather's focus on exhibition matches. While he understood why fighting Conor McGregor made sense due to McGregor's combat sports background, Smith drew a hard line when Mayweather started selecting opponents who did not meet his level of skill, simply to secure easy paydays. According to Smith, Mayweather appeared more interested in amassing wealth than protecting his legacy, signaling that money had overtaken meaning.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is, I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
This shift in priorities was made especially clear in one direct interview, where Stephen A. asked Mayweather, "What matters more, your money or your legacy?" It was a question that called for deep reflection, yet Mayweather's responses consistently circled back to finances. He boasted about his smart business practices and how much money he made. But to Smith and many others, it seemed as though Mayweather was prioritizing wealth over the respect and honor that comes with a lasting legacy.
It's the businessman in Mayweather they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch.
This focus on money has also impacted the new generation of athletes. Smith argued that today's up-and-comers no longer admire Mayweather for his boxing skills, footwork, or ring IQ. Instead, they idolize his bank account, the spectacle, and the persona he created. According to Smith, this shift is detrimental to the sport, as it sends the message that wealth is more important than mastery, undermining the very principles Mayweather once stood for.
I fight Logan Paul.
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury.
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul 56 million. Tyson Fury 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
The change in Mayweather's priorities became painfully obvious when he was asked why he chose to fight Logan Paul instead of a more prominent boxer like Tyson Fury. Floyd's response was simple. Logan had more followers, no mention of skill, legacy, or competition, just social media clout. Too many, included Stephen A. This showed that Mayweather's focus had completely shifted. He was no longer boxing for the challenge or legacy. He was boxing for attention and money.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back.
At one point, Floyd Mayweather was considered the highest paid athlete in the world, not just in boxing, but in all sports. That reputation earned him respect. However, as new rumors and details about his finances surface, his legacy is beginning to suffer. The man, once known for his careful planning and discipline, is now being questioned about the very wealth he has flaunted for years.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. That is sick, dude.
You gotta show him what he said.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. One of one piece. One of one. The money team. Can we see it on him? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
Mayweather has long showcased his wealth, one of the most notorious examples being his $1.8 million watch of flex. That stunned even the most seasoned celebrities, from begattas to private jets. His life seemed like an endless display of excess. However, these same displays are now being re-examined under a new light, with many wondering if they were part of a facade, rather than a true reflection of his financial success.
Eric B. were at, from Eric B. and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E. He needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy. He owned Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought I was crazy. Say, yo, loan me $2 million. I want to sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing.
Adding fuel to the fire, former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen revealed an uncomfortable truth. He claimed that the Mayweather versus McGregor fight wasn't as financially successful as it appeared. According to Sonnen, many of the empty seats at the event were filled with people dressed to create the illusion of a sold-out crowd. Sonnen also pointed out that before Mayweather became Money Mayweather, he was already in financial trouble, facing possible jail time for unpaid taxes. To avoid prison, he had to borrow $1 million just to pay off part of his debt. This painted a very different picture from that of a financial genius, and suggested a man on the brink of collapse.
Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
The numbers speak for themselves. At one point, Mayweather reportedly owed $22 million to the IRS. For someone who claimed to be the wealthiest athlete alive, such a large tax bill raised eyebrows. It made people question whether his flashy lifestyle was more of a facade than anyone had realized.
I'm completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I don't have it. I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically, it trademarks the term of it because the entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because it's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up in conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some static.
No, it only happens when it's time.
Got it.
It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone,
Isaac right? Because they had to legalize it. on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, like when you make yourself like we got issues or you're angry, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
Even rapper 50 Cent, once close to Mayweather, chimed in interviews. He revealed that Floyd had been reckless with his spending on jewelry, gambling, and other luxuries, eventually finding himself broke. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather's return to fighting YouTubers wasn't a choice, it was a necessity. He needed money, and now he was risking his legacy to get it.
Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen.
Legendary boxer Oscar De La Hoya also criticized Mayweather. He urged him to stop embarrassing himself, emphasizing that legacy should matter more than clout. De La Hoya's words echoed the concerns of many who believe Floyd needed to stop before he tarnished the image he had worked so hard to build over the years.
Talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system. And that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so stay.
While Mayweather posted photos and stories claiming he was on a global tour, Davis insisted he was trapped in Dubai until his debts were cleared. This conflicting story further raised doubts about Mayweather's financial situation. In an attempt to cover up the truth, Mayweather exaggerated claims, like the one about owning 60 to buildings worth $40 million, a scam that only worsened his reputation.
That the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.